Good morning, students. In this session, we are going to learn how to develop a movie portal application in Django. So, the movie portal application is going to be developed by using forms.py, models.py, views.py, and admin.py file. So, here we are going to create a new file with a name called forms.py in our application, and we are going to add in views.py. Right, I quickly open my Visual Studio Code. So in my Visual Studio Code, the first thing is models.py. So in models.py file, I am going to create a model with a name called movie, and I am going to add certain variables. Let me say my variable name is release date, movie name, hero, heroine name, and as well as rating. So total 5 fields are going to be taken in movies model. So after models.py file, I am going to open my admin.py file and I am going to register my model. So here in admin.py file, I am going to register my model movie. And here also I'm going to define certain class with a name called movie admin. Both models name and as well as movie admin are going to be registered in admin.py file. So in movie admin also I'm going to add certain list which consists of the values that I have taken in models.py file, that is release date, movie name, hero, heroine name, and as well as rating. And finally I am going to register movie and as well as movie admin. Now, what contains views.py file? So in views.py file, I am going to create three types of views: index underscore view, add underscore movie underscore view, and as well as list underscore movie underscore view. Whenever we are going to define more than one views, then regular expressions are going to be used in Django. That is the dry URLs concept. So here also I am going to use the dry URL concept. Now, first one is index underscore view, where I am going to render my all the data to index.html file. And what consists of add underscore movie underscore view, the values are going to be rendered in add movie.html, which accepts the input from the user. That is, the user can provide the data if and only if the form is valid. That is, if request.method equal to post, then only the data is going to be saved. And here I am going to call the movie form class, which I have defined in forms.py file. So this is my forms.py file, in which I am going to import my model name movie. And here I am going to define certain class called movie form, and I am going to import all the fields. So this movie form class is going to be called in views.py file, that is add underscore movie underscore view method. If the form is valid, the data is going to be saved, and all the data is going to be saved in add underscore, that is add movie.html, and form is equal to form. We are going to render this. Finally, the last view is list underscore movie underscore view, in which we are going to list the movies that we are going to be released. That is, the data which is submitted by the user, which is stored in the database, is going to be retrieved in list underscore movie underscore view. Here also I am going to define a variable called movies underscore list, and I am going to retrieve all the values ordered by rating. That is, the movie values are going to be retrieved based on the rating. And finally, I am going to render this to list underscore list movie.html, and movies list is equal to movies list. So this is forms.py and this is views.py. Now what contains the HTML files? That is, in first index.html file, I am going to add certain code. That is, in head section, I am going to add certain style sheet, which is a code of bootstrap. So here, this is the bootstrap code, which makes our output very good and very effective. So here I have used the bootstrap technique with the attributes integrity and as well as crossover also, that is cross origin. So this is the first line represents the head section, that is of the bootstrap, which is going to be displayed in our output. The second one, I am going to refer the style sheet with the help of static template. So here I am going to refer my movie.css file, which is going to be saved in static folder of CSS folder. So here I have used the static templates concept. The thirdly, I am going to add the fonts.googleapis.com. This is also a bootstrap code to make our output very effective. So the same two lines of code is going to be added in list movie and as well as add movie also. So finally, in the body tag, I have defined two types of div tags with one class container and another class jumboton. All these division classes are going to be represented in style sheet. So here I am going to add certain heading called Tollywood movies, and I am going to add up to date movies information, and I am going to create two buttons, button BTN primary BTN LG, which is a bootstrap code, and I am going to refer to add movies and as well as list movies page. So role is equal to button add movie and as well as list movie. So I am going to add this add movie and list movie. Now, and I'm going to close the two div tags and as well as body tag also and as well as HTML tag. This is the index.html. what contains the list movie.html. In this also, in the header section, I am going to add the two stylings from the bootstrap. So the first one is cross origin. So this is also a bootstrap code. And secondly, I am going to add movie.css. Here I am going to use the static templates concept. So in three HTML files, I am going to load the template stack, load static, and I am going to add the bootstrap code here also. And in the body section, if the movies are stored or if the value is obtained from the user which is stored in the database, then the values are going to be retrieved with the help of if tag. So here I am going to use the if tag, if movies underscore list, that is the data is present, then the data is going to be released, retrieved based upon release date, movie name, hero, heroine name, and as well as rating. Finally, I am going to close the table head tag, and then based on this, I am going to retrieve the values with the help of integrating variables in Django. That is R date, movie name, hero, heroine, as well as rating. So these are the headings and these are the values. And I am going to end the for loop. If the data is not present, then I am going to display a message called no movies released. And finally, I am going to close the body tag and if tag and as well as HTML tag also. So this is list movie.html. Similarly, the add movie.html also, I am going to add the load static template tag and I am going to add the two types of bootstrap stylings along with integrity and cross origin, and also I am going to add the static templates, that is I am going to import movie.css file. So in body tag I am going to define a class called container and I am going to add the movie information. If the form is valid, then we are going to enter the data. CSRF underscore token is nothing but in order to provide the security for the forms we are going to use this. So which is nothing but request forgery, that is cross-script request forgery, which makes our form very effective and as well as validated and as well as authenticated. So here I am going to submit and I am going to add define a class which is a bootstrap also, and I'm going to add the movies. And finally, I'm going to close the form tag and div tag, body tag, and as well as HTML tag. Now, what contains settings.py file? In settings.py file, my database name is movie. And movie.css file contains the total stylings. Here I have used the background. We can change this background also. So here I have used a certain Indian cricketer's name as the background here. So we can change this image, and I'm going to add certain stylings like background repeat, background size, and background color. And for Jumbotron class also, I'm going to define margin top, background color, and family. For table row, table data, and table head, I'm going to define certain stylings, border, font size, color, background, as well as margin. And for table head, border, font size, color, margin, and background, and also for H1 tag. So this is movie.css file. Now, what in urls.py file? So urls.py file, we are going to use the regular expression as I mentioned earlier. So this is the path for index file, and this is the path for add movie, and this is the path for list movie. Now, I am going to open my command prompt. And I'm going to clear the screen. So let me say python space manage.py space migrate. Yes, no migrations are applied. So python space manage.py space make migrations. Now we are going to run the server, python space manage.py space run server. So now I'm going to run the server. So now I'm going to click this one. Yeah, this is a Tollywood movies information. So we can also change the background image also. Here I've used the Kedarnath image here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a movie. So let me add my movie. So let me delete this one. Let me add the data which is already have added. So let me say add like this. So 2001 movie name maybe Bahubali and Prabhas, and heroine name let me say Samantha, and also rating as 8. And I'm going to add the movie. Now the movie is added. I'm going to add another movie also. Let me add the another movie. So let me add this. Let me add a movie name called Rangasthalam, and as well as Ram Charan and something data, and also the rating is 8, or let me say the rating is 7. I'm going to add the movie. Now I'm going to click the button list movie. So in the list movie, you can clearly see that the value which we have added is retrieved here. Now I will open my database. So in my database, I'm going to refresh my data. So let me say my database name. Here you can clearly see that movie data contains the data which we have inserted, that is the movie name as well as the remaining data also. So in this way, we can develop a movie portal application in Django with the help of forms. Thank you.